his last few performances have not been the best, and against Daniel Jacobs he had a very tough fight. A lot of people thought he lost that, and I was one of those guys. With Canelo, I fought the guy, I've been in the ring with him, and I think he's a class act. He's a good boxer who moves well and hits very, very hard. When people say that Triple G is the power puncher in this fight, I think they might be wrong, because I think Canelo also is one of the biggest punchers in the division. I just think Canelo wins this fight on points. He can box as well as punch. Those are the words of Amir Khan, and unsurprisingly, he's bigging up Canelo's power because Canelo rendered him unconscious. Khan has been knocked out several times in his career, but nobody has ever put him completely to sleep the way that Canelo Alvarez did. I think maybe Breidis Prescott came closest. Whatever the case may be, he believes Canelo's going to win. He also believes that Daniel Jacobs beat Triple G, as several other people do, including David Haye and many other people. But some might say, well, Khan's just saying that because Canelo knocked him out. So if Canelo goes on to beat Triple G, it makes Khan look better. And I guess that's a fair argument. You do have to take these things into consideration. But all this conjecture aside, what we're trying to get to is what these different fighters, these are professional boxers. These are people who do know a little, thing or two about boxing, because they're doing what most of us are not doing. They're actually in the ring competing as pros. And Khan at this stage is a veteran. So I don't just dismiss their take on particular fights out of hand. You have to at least entertain what they're saying and try and understand where they're coming from. Because again, these are professionals. Yeah. So with all that being said, Khan and many other professionals out there believe that Canelo is the more skilled fighter, and that although he hasn't been as devastating maybe as Triple G has, he showed a better all-round skill set, and he hasn't been getting hit with the kind of flush punches that Triple G's been getting hit with in recent fights. People say that Canelo got hit with a few shots against Liam Smith. He did not get hit anywhere near as cleanly against the likes of Liam Smith or even Chavez as Golovkin did against Kell Brook or Danny Jacobs. Not even close. Golovkin was having his head rocked back and spun around by Jacobs especially, but also to a lesser degree Kell Brook. That's not a good sign from a defensive point of view, that this guy is that easy to hit. Somebody recently asked a question in my boxing group whether whether Canelo will be able to hurt Triple G. And my answer was, he'll be able to hurt him to the body if he catches him with the right shots, and I don't think Triple G is used to getting hit to the body, so I think he'll be able to hurt him to the body. But when it comes to headshots, he'll have to catch him with several flush headshots in a row, in a short succession, to be able to get him going and get him hurt. Canelo's got the kind of hand speed and a combination punching ability where he might be able to land a succession of shots against Golovkin, and he might be able to hurt him. It's not going to happen, I don't think, with one shot, but if he lands several shots on Golovkin's chin, clean shots, I think he will be able to hurt him, to be honest. I think he will. Very few of us thought that Andre Ward could hurt Sergey Kovalev with headshots. Certainly not a single headshot. But that's exactly what he did in that rematch. He launched that right hand and Kovalev's legs went. So this is boxing. Those people buying into this idea that Golovkin is invincible and he's just a force of nature and nobody can stop him, you're very naive. No fighter is invincible. And I know I've gone on about this in a lot of different videos, but it's just such a great example. There was no fighter, other than maybe Roy Jones, but there's no fighter who I've seen in my lifetime that had so many people convinced they were invincible than Mike Tyson in his prime. People literally thought this guy was invincible. When I saw him get taken down, that alone has let me know that nobody in this game is invincible. I'm telling you, when someone that ferocious and fearsome gets taken down, then there's no reason at all in my mind why somebody like Golovkin couldn't get taken down. You know. So yeah, when you've been around boxing long enough, when you watch boxing for long enough, you realize that every fighter has weaknesses, including Triple G. Whether you like that or not, as a fan of Triple G, is irrelevant. It's just facts. So, can Canelo exploit his weaknesses? That's the question, while avoiding Golovkin's strengths. We'll see. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. Hopefully, I've given you some food for thought. All right? It's happening. I'm out.